32-0 and have an undefeated season is something that every coach, that coaches dream of. And that's what you talk with your players about at the beginning of the season. This is my 37th year coaching and haven't even come close to that. But this team has won 32 games. They've done it in a very, I guess, a great manner, the way about they've played. They've played as a team. They've had great intensity, good defense, and good offense. They got out to a great start in the first half, and being up at 22 by 22 at halftime was really nice. And my assistant coach told them that, you know, we're not superstitious, but the last time Chapel Hill won the state championship in '81, we were up by 22 at half also. And so, you know, it's good to have that breathing room because Hickory didn't quit, and we knew that. And the shots that they took, were some of them fell in the second half where they didn't fall in the first half. But I thought my girls showed a lot of poise and played extremely well in the fourth quarter.
Questions for the coach?
No timeout during that run in the third quarter. You trust your girls, it seems like to me.
Yeah, I do trust them. I was trying to get a timeout because I was trying to get Jamila back in the game, but it's so loud in there and the officials are at the other end and you couldn't hear, so I just said it is what it is, you know. And when we got the ball and we were in transition and we had a good look at the basket, I didn't want to disrupt our rhythm. So, you know, and we missed and they got the rebound and went down and drove down the lane again and scored, but it worked out.
Questions for the players?
For any of the players, did the result of this season start at the end of last year in the same spot?
Yeah, I think it did because last year we lost. We didn't want that feeling again, so we worked hard every day, try to get back to this point so we could win and just not have that losing feeling again.
We had to find our edge.
They're never this quiet. This is, you know, unusual.
Retired coach.
Questions for the coach or the players?
Coach, did the run surprise you at all at that time? You guys were up 26 and the next thing you know you're only up by 5.
No, did not surprise me at all because that's what you expect in this type of game with these two caliber of teams. That was an undefeated team representing the western part of the state. In their conference, they played very hard. And, you know, the last 2 years, they've had an injury or were upset because of an injury and didn't make it to the finals, and with Harding being there. And so, you know, I wasn't surprised at all. We knew they would come out and be really intense in the second. I thought their press was more effective in the second half than in the first. First half they didn't press us like they did in the second, you know, and that's a big difference.
For Catherine, how frustrating was it to have to sit for a while watching what was going on?
I mean, I didn't sit for very long when I had my fourth foul, but yeah, it was frustrating because this is like the perfect game. It's the perfect opportunity, and I didn't want to have to spend it sitting on the bench because of foul trouble. But I went back in, and then I tried to not foul, like. Yeah.
Well, for Coach Norris also, you know, she didn't sit very long.
No, she said about 35 seconds, and we put Paige in there. And Paige doesn't have the experience that Catherine does. This is her first year playing for us, and she is a senior. She moved here from Utah. And I told Kat, go in, hold your hands straight up, and, you know, if they score on the inside, you know, and they should have never been able to have gotten that penetration. That wasn't her fault. You know, the rest of the defense allowed that penetration to take place. And I thought she did a good job of not fouling out of the game. Because when she's in the middle, she occupies so much space and she's such a presence. And, you know, usually it takes 2 people to guard her, which opens up something on the outside. Rajai just had a phenomenal first half. She scored 16 points, and, you know, I was just really impressed with her scoring ability and what she did, but a lot of the things that opened up for her was because of Kat's presence on the inside.
Could you talk a little bit about her last 2 minutes offensively?
Ours or theirs? Kat's.
Yeah, the last 2 minutes.
Well, we held the ball, and except we came down and had that breakaway, and Autumn scored, and then she came down and she shot the next one and missed it. And at that point, we didn't need to be shooting. We needed that clock to run, and when they fouled us, boom, right off to that. But Kat did a good job of catching the ball at the high post and taking it to the basket. I think she may have scored one basket inside and had an assist, and and so she did a really good job, and we were going toward her, to her, and the thing about it, if they had fouled her, she would have made her free throw. She's an excellent free throw shooter.
What was your message in the huddle between the third and fourth quarter? They closed that quarter on a 15-0 run, and then you guys started to right the ship a little bit, but they still pulled to within 5 there early in the fourth. What was your message?
Basically was we were doing good things, that we were standing and watching on defense. Hickory had beat us to every loose ball. They had beaten us to every long rebound, and we were standing to watch to see where the ball was going to go, and that we only had 8 more minutes, and we had worked too hard to let it slip away from us. And every time we have that little conversation, they always respond and do a good job.
And did you word it that nicely?
Yeah, was that nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, she was nice this game.
Coach French was a little more animated, but he tell it like I thought I was pretty calm. Don't you think I was pretty calm?
She was positive.
See, my husband told me a long time ago, and he's the coach's coach, that if you can be calm in situations like that, that carries over and it has a calming effect on your players, and they needed to be settled down at that time. And so what I tried to do was show them that I had confidence that we were going to win that game, and that I trusted their instincts, and it worked.
Could you talk a little bit about the way y'all played in the first half and in building a big lead, and particularly your role in that?
Well, honestly, I just knew that I didn't want to feel that feeling of last year, us losing, so I knew I was going to have to step up and do something. I mean, I feel like all of us played well. We played as a team, and we knew we were going to have to get it.
Now, you didn't lose any games during the season, but what part of the season did y'all kind of say, hey, we can win this all?
The first game, the first day of practice. Tryouts.
October 31st.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can get Jamila and Catherine both to talk about that one more time, about the idea that you were in this game last year, you went through that, you come back pretty obviously with, you're on a mission from the first day of practice. So could you just talk about the idea of just the whole year?
Just stand up and talk loud. They can hear you. This room is small.
Well, since last year when we lost, we've all had the same mission of getting back here and winning the state championship. And we knew it was going to be at the Dean Dome this year, and so we thought that, that was such a special way to win a state championship in front of our hometown. And yeah, that was our goal all season, and I'm just really happy that we completed our mission.
How do y'all feel about the win?
It doesn't seem real yet. Yeah.
Yeah, me either.
It hasn't hit me yet. When I get some jewelry on my finger, that's when it's going to be real.
I'm just glad I'm not crying because we lost, but it still doesn't feel like anything yet.
Yeah. It feels like another
game.
Win. Cinderella story. I'm Cinderella.
I would like to say this about this group. This team has really done a tremendous job of handling the pressure this year. From the beginning of the year, we were predicted to win the state championship, and these girls didn't let that go to their head. A lot of times that press that you get can affect your work habits, but it didn't. They worked really hard in practice. We've only had one bad practice this year, and that was Tuesday of this week. The worst. Monday we didn't practice.
Don't tell nobody.
Tuesday was the worst practice of the season. But Wednesday they came back in, they were refocused, and they had a great practice. Thursday was better, and yesterday was even better because it was just a matter of regrouping. But they have handled this pressure well. It's a lot when everyone shoots at you and they try to give them their best shot. But you know, these two girls right here, Kat and Jamila, both have scored 1,000 points. They got their 1,000-point career benchmark this year. And so, you know, Jamila did it in the OT Christmas tournament, and Catherine got hers against the Cardinal Gibbons in the senior night, wasn't it? No, conference tournament championship. So they've both gone over 1,000 points, and you know, we're just really proud of them. I'd like to mention Jessie, how proud I am of her about getting the sportsmanship award. She has been the sixth man coming off the bench and just has contributed greatly to our team this year. Done a great job.
Coach, congratulations on a
Thank
wonderful
you.
year.
Thank you so much.